Okay, so kitchen. I'm gonna back up. And this house is really messy. They're obviously still living in it, which we didn't know. But okay, so this is kitchen. Tiny little island. Center sink. Next to the side, there's this is a single door, not a slider, with a big picture frame window. And that's actually pretty cool because we can keep the picture frame window and replace this door and just trim it out differently, and that'll be kind of sweet. We'll get a lot of light in here. Okay. So then on the back wall, okay, this is the empty side of the kitchen, and there is about 24 inches from the edge of that wall to the casement, or to the inside of the casement. So as long as I don't run it wall to wall, we can put in a bank of cabinets on this wall. And then from the island, standard depth being 24 inches, we can double the island front to back. Get rid of this dumb little bar top, and double the box, and then bring it another 24 inches this way, and there'll be still plenty of room. So you basically get a triple box island, and relocate this fridge to that wall, do a full cabinet bank, and then have all of this be completely open with a 48-inch range hood in the middle. Micro hood is not vented, so we'll vent it to the outside and center it on this wall. So we'll have a nice big commercial range without having to move the plumbing for the sink or the dishwasher. We'll just have to run plumbing behind it for the fridge on that wall. Okay, there's the kitchen. Moving along. Looking down from the kitchen is the living room, with the weird, kind of dumb double mantle, but the coax actually starts behind the kitchen on the exterior wall. So, and it runs down to behind where they have their current TV. So I could reroute that and pop it through that top white double hearth thing. Just get rid of that. And then we can wire all that in that top piece for a TV mounted above the fireplace. My wife's getting measurements. Okay, so the entry, little flight of stairs, right? A little bit, not horrible. A little flight of stairs. Entryway, front door, more obsessive transitional molding because that's what was big at the time. Into the hallway. Real tile floors in here. They'll get ripped out eventually. But for now, I mean, this is pretty standard, pretty stock. It's already vented. I mean, there's, basic tub enclosure. Good enough for now. Air return needs cleaning pretty bad. Okay, so this is the laundry closet. Now I'm going to wall-about that wall, results to come. But there's depth in here, and if we double stack, we could build in cabinets, and I'm thinking we could pop through that center and just extend this whole laundry closet into one giant space. Maybe. Okay. It's the laundry closet. There's a good probably 30, I'll get a measurement, 30 something inches. So there's enough for full cabinets in here if you rerouted it. Okay. This will be Addie's room, the mountain room. Lots of putty that's going to be needed on the crazy screws in the wall. But interesting. And then this little nook right here, it's really bizarre. But it gives an interesting opportunity for a built-in bookcase that could be really modern. That could be kind of cool. And then there's a weird architectural feature at the top that we'll have to figure out. Okay, closet. Not huge, right? Standard size closet, smaller than Placerville, but everything's smaller than Placerville. Okay. The bigger room, I don't know, it feels bigger. It's very purple. Giant, massive window. I think a little interior paint on that glass. Didn't take the time to clean it. Super. Standard closet. This will end up being an office. Smoke detector looks like it needs to get replaced. Okay. Motion sensors. Okay. Into the master bedroom. They have a queen in here, but it'll fit a king just fine. And there's a little bit of room over here and some room over here for a dresser, not to mention you can put something there. And then this closet, it's not huge, but it's certainly not small. Okay, let's see. And there's your access to the crawl space. Okay. Moving into the master bath. Door's a little sticky. Okay. Obviously, master bath needs a full rework. But, you know, things. Giant, bizarre arch. And Roman columns. Yeah, all this needs to be redone. I mean, the tile doesn't look like it's in that bad a condition. But anything that's gotten water on it, I wonder how recently they redid this, because it might be original. It needs to be redone. There's 2 shower heads. There's some mold up on the ceiling. But they just did popcorn ceiling in here, so I mean, that's not moisture resistant ceiling, so I don't know what they were thinking, but maybe they weren't. Okay, so pretty builder grade bullshit. Nothing fancy, just things that cosmetically need to get repaired and replaced. Okay, going back down the hall. Lots of little dents and dings and putty stuff has to get sorted. You can see they had baby gates in here. There's more dents and dings that need to get sorted. So I was talking about with the floor job, it being piss poor because they didn't take off the baseboards. They just ran it. And that's what happens when you just run it. You get M&Ms and jelly beans in the edge. Okay. And this fireplace, you can tell that they mounted the tile on backer. So I might, I'll figure it out. Might remove the backer and run the floor all the way, or maybe we just retile the whole thing, keep the backer. But yeah, gas fireplace, turns on with the light switch here. Of course, this whole thing will come out. This whole thing will all get reworked because it's very transitional and nasty. And I'm pretty sure, this is what I was talking about before, this space right here is dead space. I mean, that should be nothing underneath it, all the way under the stairs and all that. So I'm wondering if we could build in some storage there, right? Because it's dead on this end too. I mean, this is the other end of it. Headed downstairs now. Okay, so downstairs, little tiny entryway. This door goes into the garage. See, the garage is super extra deep. 3-car garage. There's lifters on both. They actually don't look that old, so that's not bad. The inspector said he thought the roof on the place was only about a year old, which didn't say in the disclosures, but it looks like it was recently redone. Apparently, I'm not an expert. A little bit of settling cracks. You're gonna have to get patched. Okay. So, room, bathroom. bathroom, right? Workable, runnable. Not a big deal. Just things that gotta get replaced. So we could throw a door on this and have it actually be a living space for grandma if we needed to. And then down here is the sub basement, and there's drywall left and the right. So some of it's finished. There's drywall under the stairs storage. And that's, I'm gonna figure that out, because that's the second staircase to go down. I don't think this is all concrete. And this is, okay, so downstairs, drain clean out, plenty of space in this downstairs area. It's partially finished, it's got drywall up in spots, but we can definitely add a sink and finish it off with drywall. And this will be the soaping and sewing room. It's actually pretty large. I mean, it's easily the size of the master bath. And then you can come in here, and this is purely unfinished. And there's more storage, right? Great big storage space. Just needs some drywall and be finished right up. Maybe some insulation too, right? Some rock wool. Okay, so this downstairs space is actually pretty massive. And so even though the house isn't huge, it gives you this little bonus space for wife. That's pretty critical, right? Okay. Okay, we're gonna go out, back up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out, because that under the stairs thing, might be that stairwell on both sides. But if that's the stairwell, then what's behind there? We'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, back into the kitchen. Let's look at the backyard. Okay, so trampoline gotta go. Swing set gotta go. But the property goes all the way back there, to this line of trees, right? So there's literally nothing behind us. It's just open field. And then from the back deck, a little bit of trees, there's obviously a neighbor over there. And then on this side, you can see the neighbor's backyard, what they got going on, but you really have to go around the corner to get a fix on the house. So backyard, very private. All kinds of space back here. Epic garden. Deck's got a little bit of dry rot, needs some finishing, right? It's a project. But, you know, not bad. Siding is very red. Very red. We've been walking around, virtually all the screens got to get replaced. They're all pretty rough. Let's do the outside. Okay, it's coming down the stairs. It's a little bit of dry rot, but it's all cut inside. So you can just pop off those boards, pop on new ones. You don't have to, these aren't cut into it. So that ain't bad. All right, side yard. Those are the kitchen windows. Single vent for the fireplace, no vent for the micro hood. So we pop out that micro hood, we can put a hole wherever we want it. And this is the cable setup, right? Where they ran that coax behind the TV. The coax box, they have Xfinity, so we can get gig speed internet through Xfinity. It's pretty sick. Coax box is here, where they disconnected their cable. We can run that straight up and along this beam, and then bring it up behind the fireplace and run it right to that ledge. So that'll be dope. It's very messy out here. Okay. So screen needs replacement. Some cleanup work out here. It's the front front of the house. And there's some warped molding around the door. That side too. Okay, so that's like probably the roughest thing on first appearance. A little bit of dry rot in the siding right here and there. Okay. So that screen's still intact, but it's old. That one's got holes. It's blown through. Those ones are still intact, but old. And this is the other side of the house. These giant, massive, random plants. So dry rot beneath the door. Down here, some wood that's got to get replaced, right? Not bad. And this is back side of the house. Yeah, so I mean, if they hadn't painted it the most ass ugly color of red, it'd be easier to look at. So this is the back door to that current green room with the gray floor that we could put a door on. So you could walk around the outside, have your own little private entrance, which is pretty sick. And let's see, it's got a screen there, that's okay. So you can see into that room a little bit. Hello. Hello. Okay. All right. Backyard. Let's walk a little bit. Don't put it up high. There's just nothing back there. It's just nice and open. I mean, obviously it needs to get a little brush cleaning on it, but not bad. Part of the neighborhood, right? Nice little neighborhood. This is like the bad house in the neighborhood. That's cool. We'll make it pretty. It'll be fine. It's got lots of vents up on the roof. I was noticing that in the pictures. It says fully vented attic. I bet you those are those dumb solar roof vents that don't work for shit, but they sell them like they do. Yeah, totally makes sense. Okay, that's it. We'll go back to the front. Lots of little, you know, just cleanup and beautification that needs to happen. But not horrible. It's just pretty stuff. You know, fix the siding and get some waterproofing. Hi, wife. And it'll be okay. Oh. Okay. That's it.